Who's to blame for the Manipur crisis? Here is what 1,60,000 respondents in the India Today Mood of the Nation opinion poll have to say. Who's to blame? 30% blame the centre, 25% blame the state government, 20% blame the Kuki and the Maitai communities. So they're blaming the communities, that's at 20%, 25% blaming the Biren Singh government, 30% blaming the centre. Next question, what should be the next step on Manipur? Here are the answers. Impose President's rule. 44% say President's rule must be imposed. 21% say negotiations should be fast-tracked. 20% say there should be a fast judicial probe. But the biggest number there, Sanju Verma, in the Mood of the Nation opinion poll is 44% of the respondents in this big survey say your government, madam, needs to impose President's rule in the state of Manipur. How do you respond to this?
My simple response to that is when it comes to imposing Article 356 of President's rule, the Modi government has always acted with a lot of discretion. If you recall the Vajpayee tenure and the last 9 years of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in all, the BJP-led NDA under both these dispensations has imposed Article 356 in a very limited manner, all of 9 times. Please understand, Rahul, that we are not like the Congress, where Pandit Nehru imposed Article 356 9 times, Manmohan Singh and P.V. Narasimha Rao between them 21 times, Indira Gandhi 49 times, and Rajiv Gandhi 7 times. More than 82 or 83 times, President's rule was imposed under successive Congress regimes. That said, I think, the limited point is this, that this government does not shy away from accountability. We've learned our lessons, and the fact that we've ensured there will be a fast-track, time-bound CBI probe, and we've said that, if need be, have the jurisdiction of the entire investigation outside the aegis of the Manipur state, so that nobody can say that there was a ham-handed investigation. Okay. And I think that speaks volumes about the fact that we are willing to be transparent.
Ma'am, with due regard, a lot of those initiatives have been taken after Supreme Court intervention. I would point out that our survey is also saying sack the chief minister and impose the president's rule is 1 in every 2 clearly. So clearly there is a mood that people want something more drastic to be done. But Supriya Shrinek, the point that Sanju Verma is making, saying president's rule is for this government wants to give its elected chief minister a chance to resolve the issues in Manipur. Even as we speak, Mr. Biren Singh has met the Home Minister only yesterday. Efforts are on through back channels to bring the Kuki and Maitai groups together. Why impose president's rule? Is this scoring political points in a very complex, fragile situation in Manipur? Ms. Shrinek.
Not at all, and I don't think BJP will understand that scoring political points at this juncture is causing the country very, very dearly, and especially 32 lakh people of Manipur. The reality is that the majority of those who you have surveyed, and the BJP would like to believe this survey, let us not shy away from the fact that the majority of those who you surveyed believe that the double-engine government, both the centre and the state, are actually responsible for where Manipur has landed, the grave situation of Manipur. And let us also not forget that 44% of the respondents believe what we have been saying, that Article 356 of the Constitution needs to come into effect. You need to sacrifice a chief minister to maintain order and to win over the trust that has been lost. Forget about anybody else. Look at that letter that has been signed by your own BJP Kuki MLAs today. What are they saying? Sack Biren Singh, get president's rule. They are not satisfied with the kind of action that the state government is taking. And I think that erosion of trust and faith is rampant in Manipur, and the government needed to act. Who are you trying to protect here? The perpetrator of the crime who within his party people believe this is a state-sponsored terror. We are not saying so. Your own MLAs are saying that. And in writing...
Yashwant Deshmukh, if you look at the sequence of events, there's a court order where the government appears partisan, and that's how the clashes start. However, in the responses, 30% are blaming the centre for the Manipur crisis. People in the centre will look at this and say, boss, humne nahi start kiya ye. There are local ethnic clashes, which is only 20%. The state government is actually largely to blame because it happened on their watch and they weren't able to step in. And then ultimately it comes out of a court order, which they'll say is beyond their control. and yet the centre is taking the flak in your survey. Explain that.
I think when the initial snap polls came in, at that point of time, people were fairly and squarely blaming the state government directly that not able to control the government. But now that emotion that it's a failure of the central government is largely to do with that why aren't you doing anything? You know, you are talking about a double engine sarkar, you are in the state, you are in the center, you are neither firing your chief minister, you are not even replacing your chief minister. Least you could do, if at least go ahead and put up a president rule, give the state to the army, do something about it. It is more of that helplessness which is coming in.
Did you poll people in Manipur? Was that possible given the situation there, or this
Not
was one
much.
of the states where you were not able to poll?
We were, because you know, our CATI polls are on telephonic, and the majority of the time the telephone services were down in many of those northeastern, not just many of those troubled states. So it's not about Manipur, but I mean, the way I look at it, that the question of Manipur, by and large, was discussed throughout India. People knew about what was going on. Maybe they would not know what the complications of the issues are. That's fine. But the violence and the way it was being going on, and the government was not doing anything, the Manipur government, the first thing they wanted to see, at least sack the chief minister, if not put in the president rule, do something about it.
The reason I asked that, Rahul, is my sense is today in Manipur, if you went to any Kuki area or spoke to any Kuki, they'd want Biren Singh sacked and president's rule imposed. If you went to any Maitai area, it would be just the opposite. Of course. You see, and therefore that's the risk in a way that the government is running. Should the government, because like it or not, Biren Singh has become a polarizing figure and caught in this ethnic tangle. And therefore, Sanju Verma, you know, the double engine concept, which was just mentioned by Yashwant Deshmukh, comes in. You, at the moment, have always prided yourself on this double engine, saying double engine is going to give you development. In Manipur, this double engine has become the noose around your neck. Had this been an opposition chief minister, you might have acted against him. He's one of your own, and you want to, in a sense, protect him because he's seen as a Maitai hero today for some.
Now, Rajdeep, that's a lengthy question. I hope you will have the patience to listen to my response. With no offense to the poll, because obviously the poll says that 63% people are satisfied with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's performance, and 52% see Narendra Modi coming back with a thumping majority for the third consecutive time in a row. So hats off to the poll. I'm not going to believe it in parts and disbelieve it in parts. Coming specifically to Manipur, let me be very honest with you. You know, the fact of the matter is that Manipur became a state, a bona fide state, on the 21st of January, 1972. And I'm not denying that there has been violence in the last 3 months. But if you strip aside the last 3 months, ever since BJP at the state level came to power in 2017, in the last 6 years, I can say with a tremendous amount of confidence and a whole lot of responsibility, the last 6 years of the double engine government under Prime Minister Modi's aegis and that of Biren Singh have been the most peaceful. Do you recall, Rajdeep Sardesai, that at the height of insurgency in Manipur in 2010-11, Manipur used to face curfews for 139 days at a stretch? Do you also recall that ASPA was blatantly imposed in Manipur across various districts, whereas now ASPA is being applied only in certain districts, which again speaks volumes about the fact that law and order has come back,
and then we'll move to our next talking point. You made your point. You're saying, you know, Manipur does not allow any silver bullet solutions. The public out there, as per our poll, may want a silver bullet, Supriya Shireen, but there are no silver bullets. You know, there has been violence in the past. Ibobi Singh was chief minister of the Congress for 15 years in Manipur. No one that time said, replace Ibobi Singh.
If women were being paraded naked and the central government spoke only when a horrific video came to fore, Ibobi Singh should have been replaced. That's all that I'm going to say. I'm not going to politicize it. The reality is that what women and children in Manipur, and 60,000 of those still in relief camps, Biren Singh needs to go. Don't listen to me. Listen to your 10 Kuki MLAs who've signed a letter today, and they say that they have no faith whatsoever. And let me also tell you, this whole attempt to paint a rosy picture in the Northeast, please don't mislead the people.